Hi, I'm Pam and I'm here to talk about retro video games. For this video, I went back to my Nintendo roots, but chose a game I've never played before. It's got detectives, danger, and dames. It's Deja Vu. Deja Vu was developed by ICOM Simulations. It was originally released for Macintosh in 1985 and was ported to the NES in 1990. It's a point-and-click adventure game that puts you into the shoes of an unknown protagonist. You wake up in a bathroom stall with no idea of who you are or why you're there. The game has a good hook. A lot of NES games are short on story, so it's nice to play something where it gets to take center stage. As you explore your surroundings, you get clues to who you are and what's going on. In the bathroom stall, you find a gun and a trench coat, which sort of gives away your profession. You find keys and mysterious letters, some evidence about why your memory is gone, and even stumble on a dead body. Finding out who murdered this mystery man and making sure that you aren't the one who takes the fall for it becomes the central purpose of the game, in addition to recovering your lost memories, of course. I've always been a huge fan of point-and-click adventure games. It's one of the genres I grew up with, but I have to say, a console just isn't the ideal home for them. Without a mouse, the controls are way too clunky. The game interface is split into 3 areas. There's the game window in the top left where you can navigate and examine your location. The top right houses your inventory, and the bottom of the screen switches between displaying all dialogue and text and showing all possible commands. There's also a small map interface that will let you know the ways which you can move from the current screen. Using the D-pad to move your cursor is an exercise in frustration. Other than the poor controls, the gameplay is alright. It's full of puzzles, mostly inventory puzzles, and for the most part the solutions make sense. There's nothing overly challenging here. Though the inventory puzzles made sense, there was often a problem with just having way too much of it. At certain points in the game, I had 5 or 6 pages of items, and I had to flip through them every time I wanted to do something. It took a while. This isn't an action-heavy game. As with most adventure games, it's mostly about being observant and picking up everything. You are often in danger, though. You can come across muggers, assassins, or even some rather intricate traps. When in doubt, use your fists to talk your way out of trouble. As the game progresses, you slowly uncover more of the story, which includes murder, kidnapping, and a big setup. Unfortunately, you're the one being set up. The first half of the game has you trying to regain your memory, and once you've done that, the purpose switches to eliminating evidence against you and finding evidence against the real criminals so you don't take the fall. There's one sequence near the end of the game that's just dreadful. In order to get rid of any evidence that points to you as the culprit, you need to drop items from your inventory or burn them. This means going through every single item that could incriminate you one by one. This took me a good 10 minutes. It was really tedious. I also had a few moments of severe frustration at one point when I thought I had combined 2 items incorrectly and had gotten myself stuck. After a while, I realized that I wasn't stuck, I just had to use a totally unintuitive command in order to separate the items again. When I reached the end of Deja Vu, I was hauled off to jail. Apparently, I had missed some evidence, and the police thought that I was the guilty one. Now, usually, I would take this opportunity to go back and find out what I had missed so that I could get the good ending, but in the case of Deja Vu, I just didn't feel much desire to continue playing. Getting the bad ending seemed preferable. Deja Vu isn't a long game. You could finish in under an hour if you're really good at finding everything the first time around. But if you miss things and have to backtrack, the playtime can go up considerably. So what else is there to say about Deja Vu? The music ranges from catchy to rather shrill and annoying. The graphics are alright, and there's some good detail in the environments, but the color palette seems to be made up almost entirely of browns and blues, so it's not all that interesting to look at. While I appreciate Deja Vu's focus on story, the NES is just not the ideal platform for it. What could be an enjoyable adventure game experience just gets bogged down with poor controls that make every command and interaction take much longer than it should. However, if you're looking to pick up a copy, it is a fairly common game, and you should be able to grab it for $10 or so. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.